Okay. Wow. So anyway, this is super weird. If I remember correctly, the channels I was on last night was 22 or AMC. Right? I think AMC was showing Goosebumps last night. Right? And I was watching about the fake kidnapping of Sherry, I forget the last name, right? On 2020. I did have it on WGS and was watching a little bit of wrestling, SmackDown. But this is what's weird, right? It's on 2 QVC, right? And I was nowhere, I was somewhat near it, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 channels up, right? Now, my remotes, like I told you, were towards the head of the bed, right? I don't think my head rolled over on it. And it's also on a different channel. Two I don't normally go to. HDNMV. I don't know. And here's another weird thing, right? USA is 105, right? 23 in WGCL. Now, history, I don't know where we're going to, right? But I could have, right? And this is HDNMV, right? Definitely don't remember going to that one, right? But 22, right, was definitely the last channel. 3, I don't know. See, what it does is it shows me the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shows me the last 6 channels I've been on, right? But what's weird about this is I know at least 22, right? Which is Good Morning America. Don't you know me? I'm your native son. Or something like that song, right? You. And what's really weird is it's not on AMC at all. That's weirder. The hurricanes up in South Carolina, it's like. And of course, Florida was the hardest hit by according to the ABC ticker. There's a lot of stranded people in Florida. They're being rescued by helicopter. And Russia pipeline into Europe is being messed with, sabotaged. And they're blaming each other. And people are just so self-destructive, they don't know when to stop, right? Korea's still firing missiles. Don't that kind of waste them though, Korea? If you're not hitting the target? But the sea, I know. I mean, missiles are fine if you want to build some, but I don't know. You save them until you're in danger, for real. And you don't just shoot them into the sea. Unless you want to kill the animals in the sea. Well, like I said, what do you think you're doing, right? Is that as far as your missiles get, or what are you saying, right? It's kind of redundant, right? You're not hitting nobody, right? Again, a little silly, but you can do it. You can do it. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Women's basketball team wins the U.S. Cup and the World Cup, right? And it's October 1st, 2022. Alright. So I usually just read the ticker first, and then I start my workouts, right? Come check the weight. Today my shorts seemed a little bit thinner anyway. Even if I'm the same way, it's kind of strange.
Body weight is 329.8 pounds.
Well, I'm below
Body weight is
330 for the first time in a while.
329.8 pounds.
See, consistency, right? Sometimes, right? Especially if you're already a big guy. Kind of helps when you're trying to lose weight too, right? I used to be scrawny, as you can tell in some of the pictures of me when I was a kid. That was around at least 12, right? Shortly after my sister was born. mainly work on the back and the arms in the morning. Now, the whole thing about working out is to both learn to push and pull, right? Terminator's here. Vanity Elon, Vanity Elon, Vanity Elon. Satan's favorite sin. God created us in our image, and now you're trying to create a robot in our image, right? We're not the image of God then, right? Not in the person about the robot, right? See, we're not mechanical, we are biological entities, right? Something made us too, right? And some people want to rebel against their maker and play God by making something inferior, not the material is inferior to a robot, right? But you're still just making it in our image. But where could the money go instead? The poor, helping out people who are in need. We really need robots. Where could your money go, Elon? Charity? Taking care of the poor, the people on the streets, making sure we got food. Everybody, including you, sir. Nothing wrong with cars either, but they're causing an global warming epidemic because of the carbon monoxide, huh? That's okay. But what happens if the planet gets so much carbon dioxide it overheats and becomes so tropical it can't rain anymore? See, it's not that bad yet, right? So another problem is the spark in a gaseous environment ain't too smart either. Electricity can do what in a gaseous environment? Cause a fire. Cause a fire. Two. I don't know. See, I mean, I don't want to scare you. I'm not trying to, right? But preventing something, I don't know, or not preventing something, is taking something for granted that you don't understand, right? I mean, you can know what it is, right? You know there's oxygen, you know there's carbon dioxide, you know there's different elements in the atmosphere, right? But you can't see it, right? But yet, whatever made the planet, alien technology or terraforming the earth, and then, I don't know, maybe from Mars, we don't know. See, if we came from Mars or something, this is a movie theory, you know, with Gary Sinise and all that, right? We don't know. It's not the point, alright, really. But everything seems to be balanced until we wanted to invent an easier way to get around, right? Not that that's the problem either alone. But we didn't think about the gas that the cars are releasing into the atmosphere and everything. That's called taking something for granted, right? And something you can't see, like God, because it's in you, If something's in you, you can't see it until you die, and even then when you die, you can't see it but briefly because it's in your dying, right? Now, I don't know how the spiritual world works, right? When you die. But the idea is you go up or down into the earth, right? You go up into heaven or you go down into the earth. What will weigh down the soul that you go down? Sin, they say. Okay. Which is what? Not caring for your fellow man, not caring for your fellow man. What is love? I mean, God first, life itself, right? In other words, right? And your neighbor as yourself. Not bearing false witness to your neighbor, friend, right? Is the whole point, right? Now, like I told you about anyone named Maria, right? Mary Bell was one of my ex-girlfriends, right? Maria Bella, though, is how you really say her name, right? In Spanish. Let me finish there. So it's spelled Marible, or B-E-L. Now, Gabriel, for instance, right? And Jane Edward Lee, right. If my girlfriend is named Mary Bell, it's gonna be, right, Gabriel and Shane, right? Could be derived from both names. It don't mean she's the Mary Bell for me. I don't know. But I might need someone with a B in it. You know, right? Maybe. Though the V can become a B. And a W. Will or Mac or Buddy. All I wanna do is have some fun. I got the feeling I'm not the only one. Nope. But that's okay. Till the sun comes up, oh, some said I'm on the cup of the sun. What is that, man? What was her name? Did she sing with Michael Jackson or something? And Kid Rock. And Kid Rock. Anyway. I'm sure you heard it on the radio. Right. Well, anyway. Might have to move a few things around today. I ain't used my recumbent bite in a while. Gotta move a few things to get somewhere. So I kind of had to put it against the wall here. And there we go. I'm back in the saddle again. I'm back. Sorry, a little hoarse there. I'm back in the saddle again. Whoops. My bad. There we go. That's a little better, but. Ow. That hurts. At least I can kind of rest against the wall a little bit. Alright, well, that's kind of rough. Well, before I had little accidents, I was doing this for over an hour, right? So you think I'm a little sore from the wrecks, maybe? Something made me sore suddenly. And then a little slip and fall in public, but I'm not trying to, really worry about that, I guess. Yeah. I don't get extra money if I'm trying to heal, then I get a little bit injured again. I guess they call it a little bit. You know it's still Saturday, right? It's still the last day of the week. The seventh day. How many days are there in a week? 7. What has 1,000 years? But we stand in the seventh day very early on the seventh day. Before it was evening. Which that could be a 500 years, right? In a way. If day is 500 years and night is 500 years, technically speaking, of a 1,000-year day, right? Do I keep blowing your mind or something? Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? I know a little bit, not everything. No one knows everything. But God, I'm a mortal man. Feel the burn, feel the burn. That's what you want to feel. Turn or burn, turn or burn. Well, if you go down with us in the earth, lava, a molten core with an iron center, they think. Well, what does iron do? What does iron do? One, it repels fairies. Oops. To think about that, right? When you created your myths about them. Or do they really exist and just have to leave? We don't know what the real deal with them was. But when you see little humans flying around with wings, I don't know. Now, someone don't like short people though, ain't that right? Short people got nobody. Remember that one from the 70s? Short people got no reason to live. What the hell is he talking about there, dude? Now, I understand you're just making up a new song, but those words are kind of offensive. What do you mean? What do you mean, brother? Some people are short, some people are tall. I don't think you're a gargantuan. Unless you're Andre the Giant or something. But even Andre the Giant ain't as big as Goliath, I know. And where did Goliath come from? The angels that sinned in Genesis 6. And there used to be what they thought was a cyclops. A one-eyed giant, right? Now that's called a what? An angel having sex with a mortal woman, right? And corrupting her, its genes and hers, right? to form a one-eyed child, right? Instead of a two-eyed child, right? And that's probably the angel's genetics in the flesh. See, what they're not telling you is the angel has to become humanoid, right, to mate with the mortal woman, right? Though it once might have had the head of a man, ox, lion, or whatever, right? Evil. Unless that symbolizes something else, but I don't know. Now, if you got a head on all four sides, though, you can see north, south, east, and west, can't you? And that can really sneak up on you, especially with the eagle eyes, right? What about that? And 2, 4, or 6 wings means there's also different types of winged angels, and then there's those without wings, and then there's the eyeball wheel within the wheel. It has eyes, kind of only all over it, right? They call that maybe a throne or something because it's before the throne of God, right? And you got a wheel that has eyes all around it, right? Inside the wheel. That too can see everywhere. And they're called the Watchers too, by Daniel. And Satan is the anointed cherub who covered. He used to cover us before he was told to worship Adam. This is from the Quran too. And again, he fell. Now, no one's completely off, but maybe how much time each replenishing or reincarnation, whatever you want to call it, refilling of the earth takes place. I'm betting it's a shorter period of time, but also somewhat longer while we're here. You know what I mean? 1,000 years, if you live 120 years or less, ain't as long as you think, but we had all kind of bad things happening still. What causes tribulation is what? Good and evil. Good and evil happening to the creatures on the planet, right? But then we made the choice in Eden that's called the fall. We're all children of the fall, born afterwards. But we're also human. We also have to have hope, right? Faith, and charity or love, perfect love. Perfect love casts out fear too. Any kind of fear. Well, respect of the Lord, let's put it that way, right? Knowing God is there, right, should keep you in line. But if it don't, right, it still sees what you do, rich or poor, good or evil. Now, like I told you, if you turn gay because of the sin, God knows that too, right? But one is more natural, like I said, and one is an alternative choice, you know what I mean? But it's still a choice. You can do it, right? So we're not to judge under condemnation anymore, even gay people, Christians, right? Do you understand? Right? We know it's a sin, technically, right? But you can also marry if you're gay too, right? That's a legal process, right? Or simply become one flesh with each other, is what the Bible says. And if gay people are having sex too, right? A male penetrates another male, of course, and the female has to use fingers or a dildo to eat them, right? Getting technical there, right? But still, you can legally marry, right? In the court, if you allow it as separation of church and state, right? Same with abortion, it's separation of church and state, right? We know that, right? Governor Kemp. It's separation of church and state, which allows for abortion. Yes, sir. All due respect. I understand you're trying to stop what you consider murder, but murder is considered less if the child's under a certain age. Why is that, right? Development. We develop in stages. You have trimesters there. Three. Like I told you, it used to be before the third trimester for a reason, right? It's not quite fully developed before that. Now, David's child with Bathsheba, mysteriously, out of all the children of Israel, died. Why? David sinned, right? Now, if a male and female get together in a sin, right? Any sin, even adultery or fornication, right? The woman has power over her body medically, right? To do what she wants with it. That's separates the church and state still, right? You cannot take a religious stance and bring it into the government, right? Right or wrong, right? But you're going to do what you're going to do, right? You can also make a law banning abortion. No one can do nothing about it. If it's a law in that state, you got to abide by the law, right? Like I told you both ways, right? Now, I don't want anyone to die, but we all die. Even of natural causes, right? Right? Unnatural causes is the murder of someone, right? But God can also resurrect them from the dead, like Jesus. That's the problem too, right? Now, like I told you, when you put your remotes up here, it's hard to even roll over on them, let alone, right? The channels to change, right? And of course, there's the TV in the living room, which improved my point as well, of what channels I was watching last night as well. Unless you mess with that one too, right? Someone programmed the FBI, and I don't recall doing that at all. Thanks, but no thanks. I don't need to see that show. It's just a show, right? So there's the real FBI, right? Fair use exists, FBI, even in music, in movies, right? Why? It's a product. What can you do with a product that's called teaching it, educational purposes, right? Critiquing it, asking questions, are you using auto-tune or not? And when and where are you using it? That's a question, right? That's a reporter's question to the artist who's recording it on a soundboard with 7 tracks where they can even use their voice on top of their voice, like Megan Traeger, or name a few, right? It's still her art, you know what I mean, right? But no one can really do that humanly, right? Possible, you know what I mean, right? So she's using the track there to record one part of the scene and then another part, right? Now she's can't sing harmony by herself. Technically, legally, normally or naturally, right? But with the soundboard, she can't, right? That's what she's doing. She's trying to sing a harmony to herself, right? Of course, but that's kind of odd. Nothing personal as far as Megan Trainor, right? Just for example, right? But I can hear her trying to sing on top of herself, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, technologically wise, right? Now, there's a recent commercial where they're doing Old Man, Take a Look at Your Life. I'm a Lot Like You Were by Neil Young, right? And either the dude singing on top of himself or, you're hearing 2 voices from one source, right? And you can't do that naturally or without mechanical aid, right? And I hear you trying to double sing, right? Low and high. No one can do that. Technically, without mechanical help, right? That's no longer art. That's using the machine to change natural human evolution and what we can really do, right? And making it seem like you can do more than you can do, right? And you can't really technically, right? Either, right? something that's helping you to do that, that's called a machine, right? The question is, about the machine, right, is, does it have an ability to own things, for example? If you were to call it Shane Edward Lee, hypothetically. You wouldn't name a machine after a human being's name, would you? Since you want to, again, create acronyms. I don't know if you did or not. I know it's at least called the soundboard, right? You know what I mean, right? And there's the sound control room of the soundboard, right? And see, all you got to do is hit a button, maybe, right? And out comes the voice, maybe. I don't know. I'm not in the soundboard either, right? Or the control room. But I've heard of all that. Right. So you got the sound guys, plural, or gals, plural. I know. You got the interns who work for free. And see, they can click the button too. Now, if you go from 1 million to 1 billion, that's just counting every click, right? And why is that unfair to the people who are low on the totem pole, right? You're already popular, right? Everybody's unheard of you. That's why people sample popular music. Some artists do that too, especially the rappers or hip-hop artists, right? Why though? They want you to recognize what the sound, right? In their own song, right? Because, of course, part of music is evolving from something previously done where it sounds different but similar, right? Even Fergie is with, what's his face? I'm sorry, I don't quite know your name yet, dude. But, right? He's doing a little bit of Fergie in this. Called him First Class Up in the Sky. Anyway, I forgot your name, dude, sorry. But anyway, the point is, he did change the way Fergie sounds a little bit. I know, from the original song to First Class Up the Sky. Right. It's a little slower if you understand what I mean, right? If you really listen to the music, right, and what the artist is trying to do, he's also slowing it down and making it sound a little different. I know. Anyway, but cool song, I kind of liked it, right? Don't have a problem with it, right? Now, most artists, though, I think are decent artists, too. There's not too many bad people up there. But, your job is to put out almost a perfect track, right? Where we snap to the beat. Now, I can do that without, though, a machine, right? That's the sound of the men working on the change game. That's the sound of the men who work on the change game. See how I changed it there? See, I added a few more words, a few more this, right? And then I put in a little hip hop, a little bit of beatbox, right? Right. And it's all me, and it's all you. And I just came up with it today, right? In one take. So you also can do takes, right? And fuse together the music on the soundboard, right, into one master reel, right? I can't do that if I'm at home alone, though. I don't even have one, and all I can use is maybe my computer, and even then, that's more complicated, right? Though I tried to do it with Little Drummer Boy last year, right? Or the year before. I think that was 2020, right? When I tried to do that, maybe 2019, I'm not sure. But I did a little bit of little David Bowie's and Beans, sorry. I forgot his first name, sorry. Little Drummer Boy, and then I did the choir's drummer boy. But even that's cause I gotta do it differently. And I tried to edit it together on the computer, right? Well, that was very complicated, right? You gotta do your own tracks and your own editing, and then it's harder to do manually with the soundboard, right? I ain't got one, right? That's called an unfair advantage, right? If you got one and I don't, or I can't even afford one, or I don't even know what the hell you're doing there, right? But I can do something by myself that sounds good, right? I just demonstrated a moment ago. And if you agree or disagree, that's okay too. I know you're lying. I know you're lying. I know you're jealous or something because I ain't got all the equipment you got, and you got all that equipment, and I come up with a little beat, and there you go, and there you go. I did songs like that too, right? On one of my channels. And I came up with my own stuff too, right? Like I said, right? All me. No machines. No machines. No soundboards, right? Even when I impersonate, I don't know how y'all could do that, but you might could throw in a certain setting on the, maybe the soundboard, right? And you might can even make people sound like one another. I don't know, right? But that would be the difference between listening and impersonating and a machine doing it for you. Is one considered helping you do it and you can't do it, right? In reality, right? Or are you really doing it like I do? I know. This is the question that the press gets to ask you, right? You get to be critiqued when you're doing music, right? Or movies. So you got the critic who in the History of the World Part 1 peed on the art. Remember that? Well, that, again, is comedy, right? That's the critic being a comic and peeing on the art. I guess that's a diss, though, too, right? Of the art, right? Or is he just relieving himself because somebody had to pee? I don't know. Whatever it was, right? Remember when the caveman peed on the other caveman's art? In the movie. Now, what that is that's a description of it without showing you a clip. So that's, again, a quote, or drawing you to a certain scene in the movie, right? But not the whole movie, right? Or when, what's her name? Not Bernadette Peters, but the other girl who worked with Mel Brooks. What's her name? I don't know her name, but no, not Chorus, but she worked with him a little bit too. But what was that girl? What was the name? Anyway, she lined up the men and said, "No, no, 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 yes, no, 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 yes." Right. Whatever her name was, I'm sorry. I forgot it. I think she passed away too recently or something. Sorry to hear that. But see, that's the point, right? I think part of the plan is before Satan's fully cast into the lake of fire, maybe he'll repent and he's going to try and get him to repent. That's what he's trying to do. Who do you think needs to repent the most? The devil? Yeah, Christians, he needs to repent the most. He's our enemy of enemies, right? You're to pray for your enemy. Even Satan. But he used to be an angel. What does that mean? Something went down into the grave to cause our death. Who do you think that was? Do you think we always died? I don't know. We've been at least 1,070 years, you know what I mean? That ain't a longer time than we're even used to now. All right. Some say 8,000, about them. Whatever. Some of it will make some sense, right? And Moses is using some kind of formula that he's thought up, probably, right, himself. See, if you're hearing voices, right, one, you're either batshit, and Moses will be batshit today too, or something's trying to communicate to you, right, that you can't see, all right. Two possibilities there, right. And either could apply. You're probably going a little batshit, and you probably could be hearing another creature from a distant world. Who knows? Who knows? That was possibly. Well, if they look like the Greys or the tall ones, I've heard, or the reptilians even, or I've heard. Okay, and all this is from our mythology too, right? And religion, and right, eyewitness accounts, right. A little bit different there, right? Someone's seeing something, right? So the question is, are you seeing them in a dream state? Because you're floating through walls. That's spiritual, not physical, right? We can't physically walk through a wall. You do, you're gonna hit the wall. I can't walk through this. See. I can't walk through my dresser here, right? Or I'll topple it over, right? Exactly. But if you're going through something, it's something in your dream world, right? Do you understand spirit, dream, right? If you're floating to the ETs, right? Through your house, you're in the dream, you're in the dream. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, right? Your dream is spiritual, not terrestrial, right? Are you dreaming? Right? You're being abducted by an alien. If you're going to the alien ship, yet your body is in bed, right? It's a dream. It's a dream. Nothing wrong with a dream, but a dream ain't reality either, right? Are you mixing your dream life with reality, right? That's not exactly real either, right? It is and it ain't. But you gotta discern, right? If you're sleeping in bed, you're floating above the bed, right? Yet you're still alive. I'm not dead. You're dreaming. Sorry, you are. You're not really going to an alien ship, but you're dreaming about it because you heard about it, right? The subconscious mind, right? When you're in a dream state, the dream can seem just as real as your reality, right? But the difference is, what are you doing in the dream? Is it humanly possible? No. You're lying in bed, having a dream, floating out your